Hi everyone, my name is Karijatu Ba and my presentation is on the application that I made called Innovation 3D. The overview of this presentation is: what is Innovation 3D? What is the purpose and scope of Innovation 3D? How is Innovation 3D created? When would Innovation 3D be used? And what are the assumptions and dependencies? What is the user interface like? And a diagram of the Innovation 3D design map. What is Innovation 3D? Innovation 3D is an application that has attributes that are completely tailored to information on 3D printing and the history of 3D printing. In order to access this application, the users would have to download Innovation 3D from Apple Store or the Google Play Store for Android products. The attributes of the Innovation 3D application will include a database for scholarly journals and 3D printing, about 3D printing, and the history on 3D printing. It would include a forum for innovators to be able to discuss ideas about 3D printing with each other and what things that they can do to expand on the ideas that 3D printing already has out there for innovators to create, and games that deal with 3D printing, multiple informative videos, TED Talks, and videos from people that have experienced the benefits of 3D printing. What is the purpose and scope of Innovation 3D? The purpose of Innovation 3D is to give the target audience for this application information on everything 3D printing. And they could also be able to share their ideas with other people who are interested in creating things using 3D printing. The scope of this presentation of the application is that it includes the information database that supplies articles on 3D printing, the forum for people to bounce off ideas from each other, games such as trivia so that the information on 3D printing can really stick with them by having an interactive component to it, informative videos and TED Talks, and everyday people uploading videos and photos of themselves on how 3D printing has affected them. How is Innovation 3D created? I created Innovation 3D using the Infinite Monkey App Maker. The Infinite Monkey App Maker is an online app making tool that allows anyone to create applications using techniques such as direct manipulation. So you can drag these icons straight on to the screen, and then when you click on it on this side, you would be able to edit it and link it to other websites and just customize it basically. This application making tool allows you to choose whatever template you want, or you can just start from the beginning. You can make it how you've envisioned it. It doesn't necessarily have to be an existing template. I chose an existing template because I felt like it was, I saw it that way. I saw my application in that format, so it really worked for me. And the Infinite Monkey App Maker can also, when you're finished making it, it will upload it to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, basically. When would Innovation 3D be used? It can be used if anyone wants to know anything about 3D printing, or if they want to know it for medical reasons, if they want to know more about it for medical reasons, like if an amputee wants to know more about 3D printing so they can print out an arm for them or a leg, basically. It can be used if you're trying to create a new product using 3D printing. but you can't completely find a way to make it work. So you can go on the forum and bounce off ideas on one another and see what you come up with. Another scenario that the app, in the way that the app can be used, is if an amputee has a story to tell, they can go ahead and they can just upload their story and find people that's like them, that is going through the same thing, and they can be friends, I guess. They can find people that's in their similar situation because they don't necessarily have people around them that's going through the same thing. So this could help them. What are the assumptions and dependencies of this? The assumption is that this application will work on all phones, tablets, and iPads. It's available in the App Store and Google Store, and that the attributes will work immediately. The application's dependent on cell phone, tablet, and iPad space. It's tailoring the app so it'll work on each type of phone and operating system that will work on the application. What is the user interface like? 3 of the buttons on the application include the information database button, the forum button, and the game button. The information database, it leads to a search engine that's similar to ProQuest, and it has citations in ASA format, APA format, MLA format, so it would be easier for the people who are searching for information on 3D printing. The forum button, like I said, people just log in. It's like a chat room, so they can bounce off ideas on one another so that they'll be able to like progress on an idea they've had in regards to 3D printing. It doesn't necessarily have to be 3D printing. It can be any type of innovation they feel like discussing. And the games button can lead to interactive games such as trivia games on 3D printing that can help them learn in an easier way. The next 3 buttons are the TED Talk button, Storytime button, and the information video button. The TED Talk button would lead to TED Talk's website where people can find information on 3D printing, like the different TED Talks that they have in correlation to 3D printing. I saw someone talk about how his grandfather was a cobbler, a shoe cobbler, and so nowadays they've used 3D printing to like print out shoes, so he felt like it was an amazing evolution of technology to be able to see such a thing like that. And the Storytime button, it leads to a page that will allow users to post videos about their experience with 3D printed products. Like amputees, as I said earlier, they can leave stories and find people in similar situations as them so they can relate to one another. And the information videos is just informative videos on 3D printing, and that doesn't include the TED Talks basically. And this is a design map for the application. It's basically saying that the user would like access the application, and then depending on which one of these they want to go to, they will like click on the button, and then the application will request for these fields if the user can have access, and then it will grant access to the user. So that's basically it. And these are the screens. This was the home screen for the application. You see the game, Storytime, forum, informative videos, info database, TED Talks, share, and more information. And this is what happens when you click on the Storytime field. It shows a video. The page is linked to a video of a boy who was an amputee, and he got his hand 3D printed. And this is the forum page, and it allows you to choose a username and an email to log into the forum so you can begin chatting with other people And this page has the informative videos. It's like a history on 3D printing. And this is the info database field. There's a PDF document in there, so if you want to click on that, you'll get this right here, information on 3D printing. And this one is the TED Talk field, where it takes you to the TED Talk website. And I couldn't really find any interactive games to put with the games field on 3D printing, so you can see the field on the home page. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you for bearing with me through this. Goodbye.